Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Aries, August 18, 2022. The moon spends the day in your sector of joy and pleasure, and enjoying yourself is natural. You can also feel a compelling desire to improve your domestic life with the Sun and Jupiter heading into alignment. This transit brings fresh motivation to enhance your relationship with loved ones or upgrade your living conditions. It's a time for feeling proud of your most fundamental relationships, family, and home life. You're widening your comfort zone a little, ideally without going too far with unrealistic expectations. You're thinking about growth and expansion, and you might take some steps toward improving your life from the ground up. Whatever you're building, you're putting your heart and soul into it, maximizing its chances of success. Happiness or hopefulness is strong. You're feeling yourself. Put it this way, the moon governs your erotic 8th house of mergers, shared resources, and sexual chemistry, but it will be glimmering through hot-headed Taurus via your romantic 5th house of love, passion, pleasure, and self-expression. In addition to being in the spotlight without making the effort to do so, you're also prone to approaching love with confidence and enthusiasm. There's an air of unapologetic sass to you today, and it's causing a ruckus. This, of course, is all thanks to the moon's ruler, Mars, sitting together with Venus via your 2nd house of self-worth, so go on with your bad self. It may feel like your work-life balance has never been easier with the Sun in Pisces sextiles Uranus in Taurus today. The easygoing sextile can help you maneuver whatever is thrown your way both at home and at work throughout the day. Since Mercury conjunct Saturn in Aquarius, you may even find it relatively easy to remain level-headed when overcoming obstacles. Saturn encourages Mercury to remain disciplined while holding yourself to your work ethic. So, lean into your innovation to problem solve while also using your communicative authority to delegate as needed. As they spend their last full day in your income sector, Venus and Mars are focused less on the money and more on giving you the confidence and the motivation to keep fighting for what you deserve. Pluto, the planet of change and revolution, is staying on, but after 14 years he is leaving next March, so will want to continue what the planets of money and passion have begun. Drag your friends along on an adventure. A night out in a new neighborhood will fit the bill if plane tickets would break the bank. Though you may sense the challenges more than the joys of life today, try to get through the rough road by sitting high in the saddle. Yes, only strength and determination will conquer doom and gloom. I would recommend making exercise a priority, but it's okay to go light. If there's something you can do that is more fun than your regular routine, a game of tennis rather than your usual run, it would be a good move. Try not to dwell too much on your emotions on this day. The power of this vibration is in good old-fashioned work. Throwing yourself into the chores that need your attention will not only do you a world of good by giving stress a place to go, you'll love the feeling of accomplishment at the end of the day. Anything that requires muscle, concentration, memorization, or organization will come readily and easily. Seize the opportunity to make some progress. Having the moon in your income sector as Mars moves into his final 2 days in your income sector is just one of the advantages today. At the same time that Mars has his foot on the gas as he works to gain as much momentum as possible, Uranus has his foot on the brake as he moves into his final week in direct motion here. With Uranus staying on after Mars leaves, the moon's intuitive edge will give you a better sense of when to have your foot on the brake and when to have it on the gas, while also bringing all the different threads together from across the income, work, and career fronts. In the heart of her first full week in your romantic sector, Venus moves into a friendly aspect to Jupiter, in retrograde motion in Aries today. While Venus returns at around this time each year, a friendly aspect to Jupiter is bringing the planets of love and luck together in a way not seen in over a decade, getting the most romantically charged weeks of 2022 off to a good start. Our eyes in the sky. You should be feeling emotionally refreshed and ready to take on the world. The energy here is great for starting new projects, so if you've been putting aside certain tasks, now would be the time to pick them up and execute your plans. This energy likes to move, so you'll likely get a boost to your endurance as well. Your desire for adventure is highlighted now, which could lead to an impulsive excursion away from home. Humor your whims today, fleeting as they may be, and don't be afraid to step out of your normal routine. This afternoon, the moon cozies up to healing asteroid Chiron, and this aspect could go one of two ways. You could do a really great job of putting someone else's needs ahead of your own, which could in turn leave you with the short end of the stick. Or you could finally give yourself permission to be a little bit selfish. This is the time to think about what you want and then act on it. It might feel unnatural to be so self-serving, but we all need to take time out for ourselves now and again. Just remember to be gentle with others when you're letting them know it's all about you right now. While your attention will be drawn in many directions today, the most urgent is Venus and Mars' last full day in your career sector. Having the moon in Taurus as Venus and Mars spend their last full day in a competitively charged part of your chart and prepare to move to a more social and serendipitous part tomorrow is a huge advantage. The planets of love and passion are as tightly aligned now as they have been, and thanks to the moon you are emotionally engaged. It is an especially quiet day astrologically, as the Taurus moon makes no aspects until it links up with wounded healer asteroid Chiron afternoon. This transit stimulates insecurities, forcing us to become our own emotional support system. In the past, especially in our formative years, a fear of rejection caused us to shy away from expressing some facet of our identity. Perhaps we were deemed too loud, too opinionated, or accused of taking up too much space. We might have had interests or ambitions that clashed with familial expectations or ostracized us from our peers. As children, we internalized these complaints and associated them with a lack of safety. The message: if we are our authentic selves, others will abandon us. At this juncture, events occur which provoke familiar anxieties. The moon and Chiron are currently the only planets transiting a fire sign, and burning feelings of anger and resentment could flare up seemingly out of nowhere, directed at those who unknowingly poke old wounds. Although our frustrations are valid, perpetuating harm is no way to reconcile our past. In fact, through these confrontations, we become more practiced at supporting and healing the inner child who craves validation. Be your own best cheerleader now. It is our birthright to express ourselves, take action, and forge new paths, no matter how loud we are or who we might disturb in the process. It is not our responsibility to make ourselves palatable for others, and rectifying this ideology helps us attract true friends and allies. Asking for advice from a trusted source regarding our finances will prove helpful, as they will be able to give us insight and information on the best ways in which we can boost our capital and dividends. On the emotional front, this astrological energy will bring new life to our romantic situations and partnerships. The caveat is that Mars, who is a Libra, shares a minor connection with Neptune, who is retrograde in Pisces. That will make it hard for us to make decisions. Instead of moving forward, it's a good time to reflect on the investments before we commit fully to making them. The lesson of the day is to slow down and to contemplate as to what the best choices for us will be. Seeking advice will be beneficial, as long as it's a trusted source who we know won't lead us astray from the best opportunities and results.